me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man eye, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts to how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face, stay in your place, play your position, become my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them, stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 lunch. When I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Become my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them, stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch, the milks with chocolate, the cookies,
All right. What the hell is going on, everybody? What is going on?
What's up, guys?
Man, so, yeah, what the hell is going on, everybody? Happy, almost, Halloween. We'll probably be going in, or we will end this stream right before the day actually hits. But happy Halloween to everybody, man. So, yeah, man. Yeah, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? We are back with yet again another edition of Notorious Unscripted, man, and we have a week of the week of wrestling to talk about with you guys, man. So, man, we got a episode of Dynamite, Collision, and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, man. So Monday Night Raw tonight was actually pretty good, man. It was actually pretty good, aside from a few boring parts as normal. The bulk of the show was really nice, man, and I really enjoyed it. It was definitely a step up from last week, bro. So they hyped up a big episode, and they gave us what was a pretty good episode of Monday Night Raw, and a pretty enjoyable episode for Halloween, man, which is what I was saying on Friday. If they wanted to do brand exclusive stuff, Monday Night Raw gets the Halloween episode, and then just by the course of dates, by default, you could give SmackDown the Thanksgiving episode and build that up to be a big episode of Monday Night or Friday Night SmackDown. If they wanted to do big brand exclusive episodes, there you go. So that's another reason why they don't have to do pay-per-views like that. But otherwise, man, it was really good, man. It was a really good episode of Monday Night Raw. But we're gonna start you guys off. Golly, why do I keep yawning? We're gonna start you guys off with AEW Dynamite, man. But before we get into all that good stuff, we are going to hit the intro for you guys, man. So what the hell is going on, everybody? We're back with yet again another edition of the Notorious Heels podcast, another edition of Notorious Unscripted. That's episode 167 of Unscripted. This is your annual Halloween edition of Unscripted, as you see there on the bottom of your screen. Hence the little fiend face that we usually put every year for Halloween, man. So yeah, man. So yes, this is your annual Halloween Unscripted. This is episode 167. And with that, man, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Monday we are on here after Monday Night Raw with Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday at 4 p.m. Central we are on here with the news, man. Speaking of this Friday's past edition of the news, you guys can now watch that on all platforms. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google. Golly. Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here every Friday at 4 p.m. Central for the news, man. That episode of news we talked about a bunch of good stuff on there, man. We talked about WWE going to Berlin, the Bash in Berlin. We talked about that. We talked about more possible WWE International Premium Live events. We talked about Roman Reigns missing Survivor Series potentially, and we talked about Chicago Phil. CM Punk has spoken on Survivor Series, man. We talked about all that good stuff, man. So that is available for you guys, like I said, on all platforms. Right now, that is available for you guys everywhere. So with that, if this is your first time watching, guys, haven't got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. You got all 8 of these beautiful designs plus more available on there for you guys, man. And yeah, man, so you got the Chicago flag design, the Uncrowned Kings of the IWC, the Biggie-inspired design, the base logo design, the best-kept secret to the IWC, the Riddler-inspired design, the Notorious World Order design. That comes in 3 versions. That is the Chicago flag edition, which you see on your screen, the classic black and white, and the Wolfpack red. So all 3 of those are available for you guys on the merch shop. And then you have the baseball logo-inspired Grand Slam design, the scratch logo, and the only community that matters. And in the spirit of Halloween, you have the Halloween merch. The other side, the Double Skull Notorious Heels podcast design, man. So this is available for you guys on all or on bonfire.com as well, man. The Halloween merch, like I said, like you see on your very screen right now, man. So all 8, and with this 9, and many, many, many more, all of the designs that you just seen are available for you guys on bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. So with that, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels podcast, I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How the hell are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just chilling out, man. Just chilling out. Been pretty normal. Pretty normal. Got to watch Raw today, so that was nice, man. And shit. Other than that, man, I'm just chilling out. Yeah, just waiting for 3 weeks away, man. And it's a big week, man, and I'm excited for that. Can't wait for Survivor Series the weekend before Full Gear, the day after Full Gear, really. Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Other than that, man, I've been chilling, man. I've been chilling. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good, man. Family's good. How is everybody doing? In the live chat, in the replay. How is everybody doing? And what about you, bro? How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Just chilling, dude. Getting ready for what should be a pretty big month, dude. So I'm excited. I'm excited. It's obviously my birthday month. We got some interesting stuff going on that week. Full Gear weekend. It's gonna be a huge weekend. Really huge weekend. And then the next weekend after that's gonna be a huge weekend too with Survivor Series. And then around Survivor Series week is Thanksgiving and Black Friday, so it's all that kind of jumping into Christmas time, bro. So it's crazy. It's crazy that we are already almost to the end of this year, bro. We're almost to the end of this year, man. But it's crazy, man. But we're getting ahead to we're coming up on a big month, bro. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that, man. I'm excited for that. So as Durante always asks, man, I'm good. Family's good. And what about you, Durante, Logan, Bell, Pops, JT, JB, and everybody that's here now or is a part of the replay mafia, man. So thank you guys for all being here and or watching on the replay. So, and happy Halloween to you guys. And what are your guys' plans for Halloween, man? What are your plans for Halloween, Mr. Sergey?
Sadly, I'll be at the unfun job during Halloween night.
Well.
So, so not much for me, man. But what about you? What about you, man?
Yeah, but I'm assuming it's gonna be a lot like your night. Yeah, just be at the unfun job, bro. So this, obviously this is the fun one. Yeah, definitely probably not having much fun at all. But that's okay, because to be 100% honest, man, Halloween is, I don't know, man. When you're a kid, I hate to be that guy, because I know there's a lot of, adults that love Halloween, but like my personal experience of it is, when I was a kid, for me, Halloween was just like a lot more fun. As I got older, it just wasn't really that fun. But I don't mean to throw any shade on the adults that love Halloween, because I'm the adult that loves professional wrestling. So I'm that guy as well. And I don't want to be that guy, but that's just my personal experience. Halloween was just a lot more fun when I was a kid, man. I mean, maybe when I have kids, Halloween will be fun again, but I'm sure it will be, but I don't know. Halloween just doesn't really float my boat. I'm more of a Thanksgiving and I'm really very, very much so a Christmas guy. I love Christmas, bro. It's very much a vibe. It really is.
I get that, bro. I get that. I'm more of a Halloween guy myself. But hell yeah, man.
Definitely. Yes. I mean, I love me some Halloween weather, though. I will say that. I will say that. I I love the leaves and shit. I just love that like weather. Like all the leaves are on the ground. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, love the leaves on the ground, the fall weather. Shit's heat. But I also love me some Christmas weather as well. But yeah, very much more a Christmas guy. But not to throw any shade on Halloween, man. So happy Halloween to all you guys. And what the hell are you guys doing for Halloween, man? So Logan, that sucks, bro. That fucking sucks. Um,
That really sucks. Waiting
yeah.
for us too this year.
It actually is supposed to snow over here in Chicago for Halloween. I think there was a 35% chance. Damn. Man, we already got 3 inches, bro. Let me see. So we have a 45% chance of snow tomorrow, and it looks like there's a 20% chance at 10 a.m. But other than that, there's not really showing anything yet. So maybe it's gonna pass us by. That's another thing I always hated about Halloween, dude. I fucking hate when it snows on Halloween. It completely fucking kills it, dude. Completely kills it.
100%.
Yeah, it completely kills it, dude. It really does. But yeah, man. So yeah, that sucks. And yeah, dude, about your shirts, bro. Well, what other shirts did you get? What other shirts did you get, if you don't mind? But yeah, that sucks about the DIY shirt. I hate how Fanatics does like special items like that. Like, don't print don't put the shirt on the website if you're not gonna start shipping it out. Like, why the fuck are you making people wait so long? It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Their format is so annoying, dude. Like, they really, like, for example, like the Island of Relevancy shirt, and I'm gonna constantly bring this up because this is a constant beef I've had with them. The Island of Relevancy shirt, they wore that shirt on TV for the span of like 2 months. You only have those 2 months to get that shirt, because once they stop wearing it, they don't make them anymore. They completely stop making them. And it could still be up on the website because they have 4 shirts in a medium left, or 5 shirts in a fucking 5XL left, and it'll stay up there. Just with those 5 5XLs, and they will not print anyone else. Or they will not print anymore else, man. So annoying. So fucking annoying, bro. Sweet, dude. Sweet. That's, yeah. Okay. I think, awesome. Yeah. Very nice, man. Very nice. Yeah, I was looking at WWE shop today myself, man. I kind of want to get me some sort of Gunther shirt. I've been thinking about. About it. The only thing that makes me kind of want to wait on it is I would hate to get something Imperium and then they fucking kick Fabian Eichner out of the group, which is really gonna piss me off when they do that, by the way. Which is so fucking stupid, dude, because they're such a good group. I really don't know how that's an option. I have no idea how that's an option of, yeah, let's kick Fabian Eichner out of the group and go back to fucking Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser. Like, I don't know, dude. That it genuinely irks my soul. It really does. But I don't know. That one, there was something else I was looking at. Oh, I think I was looking at like a Bloodline beanie or something like that for the winter season. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, man. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. There's a couple things have kind of been racking up that I also need off AEW shop as well. I wish they made like an updated Christian Cage shirt.
Definitely,
dude.
Definitely, man.
I swear, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh. I might have to give me a Miz shirt so I have a nice little dust rag. Then again, Durante, I don't think I need that because I did get the what was that, the Double or Nothing crate, or the fucking All Out crate, the one with you know, our favorite crate, the one we got earlier this year with the best friend shirt and the Danhausen shirt. Complete waste of fucking $30. Complete.
Oh, I'll never forget that. I'll never forgive them for that.
I will never forgive them for that. So, you know, respectfully, Durante, I might have to pass. Not because I don't want me a Miz cleaning rag. I already got two very nice ones, man. I already got me two very nice cleaning rags that I love to use from time to time. To clean up the house with. So AEW Dynamite, man. AEW Dynamite this week was okay. It was definitely talk worthy. You guys know we're gonna tell you about them. The show opens up with Juice Robinson versus MJF for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. If there's anything I like about Juice Robinson, other than the fact that he's from Illinois and somewhere close to where we are, but not too close, but within the hour range, why does he have a very sick nickname? They call him the Stray Bullet.
So dude.
That's hard as fuck.
On his ass.
And it's on him.
Ass. Ugh.
Yeah. That definitely hurts a little bit for sure. So him and MJF had a pretty good singles match in the open to AEW Dynamite, man. They had a pretty good match. Bullet Club Gold tried to get involved, but it kind of backfired on them because as soon as Bryce Remsburg was distracted, he hit him with the Dynamite Diamond Ring to keep the Dynamite Diamond Ring. And he beat Juice with it. I believe he hit him with the ring, and then he hit him with a Heat Seeker. His little rope hung pile driver. So that was pretty cool, man. That was pretty cool. And after the match, they attacked MJF. They attacked MJF, and Roddy and the Kingdom came out to help him and got their asses kicked. And they came out, and then as soon as they were attacking MJF, the Acclaimed came out to help him, and then Bullet Club Gold retreated. So that was that. And yeah, the Switchblade just got on the mic and cut more of his promos about how he's the real world's champ, and this is the Bang Bang belt, and a lot of, you know, I'll get to him in a second. But then after this, the Guns challenged MJF to put up his Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships at Full Gear. So again, Max will be wrestling twice in one night. So that was that. But this time, it's actually not going to be a handicap match. It looks like it's going to be MJF and a mystery partner. So I wonder who that's going to be. I really wonder who that's going to be. And then they called him out for the 4-on-4 tag team match. They called him out for the 4-on-4 tag. And Roddy started screaming Max like he does Adam. And Max said, "Dude, I'm right here. What do you want?" And he said, "You're going to pick us, right?" And he said no to Mid-Matt, Mid-Mike, and Roddy the Simp Strong because he's a bland bitch. Roddy starts, freaking out in his wheelchair. The Acclaimed then said, "Are you going to pick us?" Max said no, and he walked away. So that was that. And yeah, man. So that was that segment. That was the open to AEW Dynamite. That was pretty good. And then as MJF was walking away, Kenny Omega comes out and he says that he has a right to defend his streak, being that next week MJF defend or next week MJF beats Kenny Omega's record. Kenny said he has a right to defend his streak, and if Kenny was the champion or if Max was the champion that Kenny thinks he wants to be, he would put the streak up against the title. Max says he doesn't have the championship right now, but he accepts for this Saturday on Collision, the Cleaner versus the Devil for the AEW World Tag Team, or for the AEW World Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship. So he says he accepts, and he will see him then because he's MJF and he's better than you, and he knows it. So yeah, man. So that was that, and then Kenny Omega drops the 3 days, bitch, as they've been, throwing off to each other. Okay, so a lot to unpack there. MJF retains the Dynamite Diamond. Obviously, makes sense. Here's the thing, dude. I know, this is supposed to be getting Switchblade heat by keeping the championship. So I guess you can say he's doing his job. But from my perspective, dude, it's kind of just really annoying. And it's just something that just the Switchblade character, I would have a different vision of it if I was Tony Khan. That's all I'm saying. But I just don't know I would be booking Jay White like this. I can appreciate that he's protected, but the way his character and his group acts, not what I would do personally. I know people love him, and I know it works to some degree, and I know it has a huge fan base, but I gotta be honest with you guys. That's what we pride ourselves on, being honest. We've said it from the very beginning. Even if people may look at it as a stupid opinion, it's your opinion, so just fucking say it. So I don't know, but I feel like I'm not alone on this one, because I don't know, man. I don't know, the group just feels very jokey and very just, they just look like a bunch of, even the Judgment Day can kind of be a little overplayed sometimes, but at least they're very serious and they're very prick-like. Like, if Bullet Club Gold kind of acted like that without all the constant, breakup teases, which, they're not there yet. Maybe
I'll probably get there at some point.
I can only hope. I don't know, at least the Judgment Day aren't, like I said, they are a little overplayed, but especially nowadays, but if I could say one thing about them, they've remained a serious act, you know what I mean, for a while, but they're just a little too, they're not, I just wish they were more cutthroat. I'm not getting, they come off like a bunch of pussies. That's what I'm getting at. They come off like a bunch of pussies, man. And it's not how I would go about booking the Jay White character. I just really wish he went to WWE. I feel like WWE would, I'll tell you what, if he was in WWE and he had a stable, they would not be riding tricycles to the ring. That's all I'm saying.
No, exactly. People don't realize how big of accomplishment, not accomplishment of a thing that they were able to get. They were able to get their own licensed version of Bullet Club from New Japan, and this is what you do with it? You make it a joke comedy group. You make it, Discount DX, which, speaking of Discount DX, I hate their, suck it thing where they do it, where it's,
we got two words for you, guns up.
Guns, that's not, that phrase makes no sense. First of all, it fucking irritates my soul when they say that, because it doesn't make any sense. But, that's what that whole group is. It's just a bunch of little things that irritate my soul. I do not like the Gun Club. I do not. I think they're not as bad as I thought they used to be. Yeah. They're not horrible, but they're not Bullet Club guys. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you. They're not Bullet Club guys. They're alright comedy guys, but the Bullet Club shouldn't be fucking comedy. It could have comedy in it. The Elite were great at that. Cody Rhodes was fucking phenomenal at that. God damn, I miss him. in that role, but he was great at it, and that's okay. But when the whole group is just discount DX, when you already have your genuine DX like group in the Acclaimed, makes no sense to me, man. You have your fun comedy guys in the Acclaim. You don't need it with the Bullet Club. And I hate their phrases. I hate their nickname. I hate the gold theme. I hate the gold theme. I don't like Bullet Club Gold. It's not what I would have done with Jay White. That's not what I would have done with that group at all, with his faction. It's not what I would have done with a version of Bullet Club in AEW. I wouldn't have done any of it like that, and I think it's a big disservice to every one of those guys in the group. I really think it is. I don't care for Juice. He's not bad, but he's not my cup of tea. Far from my cup of tea, man. And I just think they should be treating Jay White way more serious, man. I miss... Why is it goal themed, dude? Why isn't knife and, like, cut throat themed? That's the perfect thing for Jay White. When he was a leader of Bullet Club, it was literally called the Cutthroat Era. Because he's the Switchblade, Jay White. He should be treated more... He was serious. Yeah, he fucking had some comedic moments, but he was overall serious. And here, like you said, yeah, they protect him. They haven't made him look bad, which is good. But he doesn't look phenomenal either. So, I don't know, man. It's definitely not how I would have done Jay White. It's not how I think they should do Jay White. I still just don't like the group, man. I really don't. I can't get behind it.
Me neither, bro. So, you know, I don't know. I'm about ready for him to get and another thing with minor complaint about Jay White. If I have to say anything about Jay White, and it really showed in his original promo with Max, you gotta slow it down with the catchphrases, bro. This man says one of his 90 catchphrases every 2 seconds. Like, dude, when he was standing on top of the stage talking to MJF, I cannot tell you how many times he said one of his catchphrases. Bang, bang, gang this. Bang, bang, belt this. Like, dude, you gotta, please, save the catchphrases for the t-shirts. I mean, dude, please.
I'm telling you, man, it's just not my thing. I don't like it. I don't get the hype to it. And if Jay White did go to WWE, and this is the kind of stuff he would have been doing, the same fans that love this group would hate this group.
Yep.
Come on. It's
Yep.
that simple.
And not to sound like I'm hating on AEW, bro, because if Jay White came to WWE and was doing what he was doing now, you would be hearing the same complaints. So this is just how I feel, man. This is just how I feel. I just think it's, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just wish the joke I just wish the group just didn't come off like a joke, man. Like they already like you were just saying, bro. Like they already have like their DX rebel type group as the Acclaimed. You know what I mean? These guys are fucking walking around with shirts that say "Scissor Me" on it. You know what I mean? They have that group, bro. Like, and a version of Bullet Club just wasn't the right kind of group to do that with, personally. But
like you used to say too when it first started, it would kind of been nice if Jay White went away from the Bullet Club stuff and just been himself. Or if he was in a group, it'd be his own, original group.
yeah.
It would have been nice, man.
Definitely. Yeah, I would have loved something like that. I don't know why they feel the need to keep wrestlers in like these certain bubbles. Like look at what the elite left Bullet Club and they became the Elite and their careers skyrocketed when they went into AEW. Like just because Jay White was a Bullet Club guy doesn't mean he needed Bullet to carry Bullet Club to AEW. You know what I mean? It would have been very nice to see him shed that skin and kind of get rid of that and move on from the Bullet Club as he moves to AEW. And he could have created a new faction. He could have, but instead they wanted to incorporate Bullet Club because Juice was there, and then they wanted to incorporate the Guns because guns and bullets. So it made for a recipe that just didn't really do it for me. And I think if you wanted to create some sort of Bullet Club faction, there's a lot of cool guys I could spit off the dome right now that would have been cooler for this group. Swerve. Even though the Mogul Embassy really worked out for him. Swerve, Pac. I think Pac would have been fucking awesome in the Bullet Club. Lee to have in the group. Guys like that, man.
Wardlow would have been fire. Any of the guys that were in Team Taz would have fit in a Bullet Club-like group. You have so many cool guys. You could have built that shit around. Oh, Daniel Garcia would have been perfect, man. They just didn't do it, man. And they just made the group on an already previous Bullet Club member and just made it comedic, man. I don't get it.
Definitely, man. And also not too big of a fan on the gold theme too. It's just me though.
Like I don't get it. Bullet Club Gold doesn't do it for me. Really doesn't.
If you're going to call yourselves Bullet Club Gold, you better be the best of the fucking best. That better be the fucking Bullet Club All-Star lineup. And
you better be fucking... It's not. It's
Juice Robinson and the Guns. It's probably one of the worst iterations of Bullet Club, to be honest.
Bullet Club fucking poop brown.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck that is, bro.
Yeah, seriously, bro. Bullet Club Brown? So, yeah, so that was that, and that, yeah, but anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I'm not really too big a fan of, I think I wish the Max and Omega match would have had a fucking, I wish it would have had a, I wish Max would have had his belt, you know what I mean, to, like, defend against Kenny Omega. Like, what would have happened if Kenny Omega beat him? I mean, I know he wasn't, but, like, what is he just...
What?
Have Jay White still holding the belt? Like, I don't know, man. But about that, I really wish we would have got a little more build into the Max and Omega match. That is a huge match. And AEW kind of just built it in the span of on television. Because I know they did some stuff on BTE, but who really watches BTE nowadays? Yeah. You built that match in the span of 3 days. You had 3 days to make people interested in it. And I mean, of course, people are going to watch because, you know, there's colliders out there. But I don't know, man. I personally just thought it should have been treated as a way bigger deal. And you could have announced the match with Jay White, and which they did super early on, which as they should. But you could have built a little more in between that. I mean, what the fuck? You're already building like 12 people for MJF at one time as it is, so you could have did a little MJF Kenny Omega build in there.
And with the stuff they're doing with, you know, which we'll talk about in a minute after this, but the fact that MJF's got to get a team together, after that little thing he had with Kenny, I thought he was going to ask the Elite to help him in that situation, and I would actually really like that.
I can see it, yeah. And I mean, yeah, that would Kenny and MJF had some pretty nice words to say about each other after their match as it is. So yeah, that could have worked. That could have absolutely worked. So yeah, that was. I wish we would have got a little more build into it, man. But that's just me. Yeah, so that was pretty much everything. That was pretty much everything with the opening segment for AEW Dynamite, and then some of the other stuff that happened. RVD and Hook beat the Dark Order.
Oh, dude, I think it was this Dynamite. I don't know which Dynamite it was. I think it was this one. I'm not one that usually cares about the ratings, but when I saw this, dude, I was like, ain't no fucking way. I think it was this Dynamite. When
Oh,
the Dark Order segment happened, guess how many viewers they lost? Or when the Dark Order came out, guess how many
God.
viewers they lost? And
200,000.
that, yep, lost 200,000
Damn.
viewers.
What? Jeez.
Lost 200,000 viewers when the Dark Order came out. Fucking fire them. Who cares? Boot them the fuck out of that company, dude. Get that shit out of here. They are cooked.
Dude, that's foul as fuck. Yeah, that's insane. Dude, uh, and they just re-signed them too. Yeah, this is what happens, dude. This is what happens when you don't want to capitalize on a moment. This is exactly what happened. We said it with Dark Order for a long time. They should have turned heel. They should have turned heel, and they should have said the reason that they turned heel was so they were gonna listen. You know, he had passed away at the time, and I get them being baby faces while he passed, but a couple months after, they should have been like, they should have all wanted to rule with an iron fist and do things the way that Brody was doing them and turned heel. That would have capitalized on them huge. Look at the Dean Ambrose heel turn. Now the heel turn didn't pass the heel turn didn't pan out in the long run, but Dean Ambrose, dude, the night Roman Reigns announced his cancer, it wasn't even a fucking thought in anybody's mind that this man was going to turn heel. And they capitalized on the moment, and that was one of the most memorable heel turns ever. That wasn't one of the most memorable heel runs ever, but it was one of the most interesting turns that they've ever had. So, I don't know, man. I don't get it. I genuinely do not. I don't understand why. And now look at the predicament they're in. Now they're running away 200,000 people. That's fucking wild.
That's an insane number, man. So yeah. So I just wanted to share that fact with you.
That is I'm not surprised, but
The number surprised me definitely.
yeah, that I could see. Yeah, that's insane. That's fucking insane. And that's a match that RVD's in. Like, Jesus.
All he could do is laugh at this point.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. No kidding. So, next, the Hardy Boys and Isaiah Cassidy, or Brother Zay, as they're calling him now, face the Hung Bucks for the ROH World Six-Man... For the ROH World Six-Man Championships. I don't know why they just don't call them the Trios titles, but whatever. The Hung Bucks defeat the Hardys and Isaiah Cassidy to retain the Six-Man Championships. And Hikaru Shida beat Ruby Soho for the AEW no, my bad. Ruby Soho beat Hikaru Shida in an eliminator match for the an eliminator match for the AEW. Dude, I just butchered the hell out of that. My bad. Hikaru Shida beat Ruby Soho in an eliminator for the AEW Women's World Championship. So Ruby Soho won't be getting a shot. For the Women's Championship. And then afterwards, Toni Storm comes out and I guess, you know, taunts Hikaru Shida, being that she's the next challenger for the championship at Full Gear. This is very good news, man. I'm glad they're giving Toni Storm... Dude, literally right after Toni Storm started her Timeless gimmick, they just fed her to Saraya, and that was that. But I'm glad to see her getting another shot because she can absolutely win it this time, and she should win it, being that she is the most interesting part of that AEW women's division at the moment. So
Exactly, man. This could hopefully restart. Well, it's like saying that like it was great in the first place. Kickstart this fucking women's division, man, to really go places because they got the people, they got the women. They just gotta know how to fucking use them.
yeah, and something tells me when Toni Storm wins this title, the only thing that's going to be interesting about this division is Toni Storm. Still.
Oh fuck yeah, you know it. Yeah, it's Tony Khan. What do you expect?
Wardlow. Look, man, I'm gonna be honest. I loved this video package they showed with Wardlow. So they were in Philly. So he was by the Rocky Steps, and they were filming a vignette. And Wardlow talked about how he's been out for 4 months. No, he hasn't been nursing an injury. He hasn't been doing anything other than sitting and watching a man who's ruined his life and ruined a little bit of his career sit back and main event all these shows. And he main evented the biggest wrestling show ever, Wardlow said. And this is the same guy who's running around trying to tell everybody that he's a good person. He said, "Do you know what that does to a man?" And he let everybody know he was coming after MJF, and that was why. This was amazing. This was amazing.
Yeah.
He looks fantastic with a hat on, so I can't see his fucking hair. But man, this was awesome. This was beautifully done. There's still a problem. We talked about it last week, but if you wouldn't have did what you did to him in not even late 2022, damn near all of 2022, other than the beginning, and all of 2023, this would have been epic. This was not epic. This was very good, but it was not epic. And this guy's just still fucking lengths away from being where he has to be. And I feel like they're putting him remotely close to MJF again because they know MJF made the guy interesting in the first place with their storyline. But yeah, that's true, but that's not entirely true because Wardlow is a very interesting character with his backstory and all that kind of stuff, but they don't capitalize on him. And they book him like absolute dog shit. So it was awesome and it was really cool, but there's still the gaping problem there, which is he's still so far away in my eyes, man. I mean, when I said you're starting over from scratch with him, I meant you are starting over from scratch.
Exactly. It's classic Tony Khan patchwork, man.
Yep.
He knows from the thing that got Wardlow over was a feud with MJF. So in his mind, oh, I just gotta throw him against MJF real quick. That'll get him back up, and I could send him back out. No, that is not how it's gonna work. Yeah, it's the MJF feud that got him to that height, but he was at that height organically, and you killed it. Now, throwing him in that same situation isn't gonna shoot him back up to that height. You need to do it all over again in a entirely different situation now. And when you do it, you gotta keep up with it, Tony. You can't just, okay, yeah, he's a main star already, let me just do anything with him. No. You have to keep up with it. When you're building a star, you have to keep the momentum going. Like, you're rolling, you're making a snowball, right? You're rolling it up a hill, man. You got to the top of the hill, and you got a snowball in your hands. You got to keep the snowball rolling up and at a steady pace, because if you just throw that motherfucker down the hill, the same hill, Guess what? By the end of the mountain, you ain't got no more snowball. That's what you did with Wardlow. That's what you do with a lot of people in your fucking company. And Wardlow is probably the worst case of that. And yeah, this MJF second feud got a little more interesting with that video package, and I do like Wardlow's reasoning and whatnot.
Oh, it makes all the sense in the world.
Exactly. But with that reasoning, it'd be 10 times better if he was a well-booked babyface from then till now, till he's finally gotten to the spot where he's close to the world title, and now he's starting to look like the asshole to the crowd for no reason. In what, in all reality, is no reason, kayfabe-wise, and that's what drives him to be heel. Because you only turned him heel in the first place to try to save him. Because you fucking buried faith were low. So, okay, let's just turn him heel to maybe put some interest in it.
Fix all our problems.
Exactly. And it made it worse.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, if you had a genuine great babyface Wardlow up till now, a heel turn right now would be unbelievably great. It'd be a fucking phenomenal story you could tell. But you didn't. You didn't tell it. You're telling the shit we fucked up storyline, and it's not gonna work. If anything, don't even put him against MJF, bro. Just move on. Have him move on for now and build him up separately and let them meet in the future, man. Please do that.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So that was that. That was that, man. And yeah, I would love to care. I would love to. I think Wardlow's fantastic, man, but I was not joking when I said and one segment isn't gonna fix the year and a half of what you did to this man. So you know, it sucks, dude. It really sucks. But I would love to care. But again, when I said you have to start from scratch, a video package wasn't going to save that. A couple walk-off squash matches wasn't going to save that. No, when I tell you you fucked this man up, I mean you fucked this man up bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not joking. So yeah, man. So we'll see where it goes, but I could easily see that being the main event for like World's End or Winter is Coming or something like that. But Sting, man, they got Tony Schiavone out there talking to Sting again, and he was out there with Darby Allin. And Darby went to step away to let Sting have the spotlight, and I picked up on this. Sting kind of looked at him as he was stepping away and then decided to praise Darby Allin for... Sting told him the past couple years of my career would not have been possible if it wasn't for Darby. He said Darby was the man. And he said another person he wanted to thank was Tony. He said if it wasn't for Tony giving him that phone call 3 odd years ago, none of this would have ever happened. He thanked Tony for being a great boss. And then he says, I'm going to give Tony Schiavone the mic because he's asking for it. So I'm assuming they were running out of time. And the fucking commentator started laughing, so that was funny. And Tony Schiavone said that Tony Khan has a gift for Ric Flair, and it is this. And out comes Ric Flair.
Daddy, you just said that Tony Khan had a gift for Ric Flair.
Oh, I said did. Oh, Tony Khan, my bad. Tony Khan had a gift for Sting, and it is this man, or it is this, and Ric Flair comes out.
I hated that. I hated that.
Go ahead, bro. Floor is yours.
Fucking Ric Flair, dude. First of all, if I'm Sting, you got a gift for me, man. You're a billionaire. I ain't expecting an old friend of mine. I'm expecting maybe a vacation house, a nice bonus, maybe one of your dad's nice cars, maybe. I don't know. I'm expecting a lot more. Maybe TNA, maybe ROH, something. You give me fucking egotistical, old, washed up, brittle ass Ric Flair. I don't want that fucker. Yeah, he's an old friend, blah blah blah. Great to see him. Want to be there by my side, man. But what? You give this man Ric Flair? It might, you know what? It might be a gift to Sting in certain ways. He gets his old friend there. But hey, Tony, you're on a TV show, and guess who that's not a gift to? Us. I cannot stand Ric Flair, man. I can't stand the fucking guy. I think in his old age, prime Ric Flair, never watched him. Anyone can say what they want about him. I don't care. The Ric Flair I've seen in my life, old man Ric Flair, trash, insufferable, god awful. I don't want to see that shit. Get that shit out of my face. And now we're gonna be stuck with it from the news reports that. Did we read on Friday?
No, we didn't.
Damn, I thought we
You said.
did. That from the news reports. Oh, you know what? I think it came out on the weekend, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
But I think it did. But from the reports everyone's hearing, he's gonna be on TV. In this storyline until March, until it happens, until he retires. That is trash, and please don't let that ruin what you got going for you, man. Do not kill this legendary Sting run at the end of it, man. Please do not.
Dude. So Rick comes down and he talks about how him and Sting went up against each other at the first Clash of Champions to rival WrestleMania. And he talked about how Sting was always a great friend of his. He was always a great performer. But more importantly, he was one of the best human beings that Flair has ever met. So he talked about how, he wished him a happy retirement, and he told him that I'll be here with you as long as you'll have me. Sting said thank you to him, and classic Ric Flair, he's got to start wooing and hitting the ropes and fucking taking the spotlight for himself like he always likes to fucking do. He's doing his stuff. Sting's telling him to chop me, so he chopped him. But yeah, Ric Flair, just again starts doing his Ric Flair stuff, and he starts chopping and wooing and fucking strutting around. Dude, why? And look, why couldn't you just have Ric Flair ringside for one of for Sting's last match? So you really have to have him on television all the way up until fucking March? Did you really think that was going to help anything? Why couldn't you just stick to the roots of what you've done for Sting and just have him be this fucking old badass who's just fucking still just dropping bodies at the age of 72? Like, what?
That would have been perfect, man. That literally would have been perfect, man.
Just keep doing what you're doing with him.
Exactly. I don't know, like that, what they're doing there with Ric Flair at all, man. I hope it doesn't ruin this, man.
I really hope so, man. I really hope so. And what do you know, dude? This is just fucking classic Ric Flair wanting to take the spotlight for himself. And yeah, I can't stand this shit, man. I really fucking can't. It infuriates me. It really does, dude. But yeah, Rick is back, and it looks like he's gonna be on AEW television till March, and that just is so fucking annoying, bro. It's so annoying. Like I said, dude, he's just a fucking spotlight hogger, man. Like, you really couldn't just let this, if Sting was really your friend, you couldn't have just let this fucking last 4 months be all about him? Like, come on, dude.
Be all about Flair, man. Always does.
Yeah, man, I wasn't a fan of this at all. I wasn't a fan whatsoever. But then, man, I know Christian said there wasn't a God in his promo, but I think there is a God because Tony Khan decided to send out Christian Cage for this segment. Bro. Christian comes out and immediately I said, oh, God. Mainly because I know Ric Flair, I think Ric Flair was an orphan. So I was like, oh, here we go. But surprisingly, he didn't mention anything like that. Instead, it was pretty harsh as well.
If we got the motherfucker for fucking months, probably be mentioned at some point.
Exactly. Christian Cage comes out there and he says, you know, Tony Khan is a billionaire, and his gift to Sting was gold chains and a black liver. I love this guy. So then he says, you know, then he talks about, he says, you know, if I know one thing, it's that there is not a God. Because if there was a God, Ric Flair would have been dead 20 years ago. Golly. Sting then challenged Christian, Nick Wayne, and Luchasaurus to a 6-man tag. Christian told him, yeah, we accept, but I don't think there's anybody that's going to want to team with you. So yeah, that was that segment, bro. So the Christian Cage part was fucking awesome, as always, man. And the like I said, the Ric Flair stuff, I wasn't a big fan of at all. These last 4 months need to be about Sting, not about Sting and Ric Flair.
No, exactly, man. Exactly. It should be about Sting and not that fucker.
Yeah, man. And then in the main event, man, we had Kazuchika Okada making his Dynamite debut with Orange Cassidy versus Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli. So this main event match was pretty good. Man. And yeah. So yeah, like I said, this match was pretty good, and Claudio and Danielson ended up picking up the victory with Claudio pinning Orange Cassidy, as Bryan Danielson was on the outside of the ring holding his eye and kicking around. He looked like he was in a world of fucking pain. As the doctor was checking on him, Doc Sampson was checking on him, Okada was over there like chirping at Danielson as the Blackpool Combat Club are calling for more doctors and Wheeler Yuta to come over there and stuff. And nobody was really sure if this was real or not, but it is real. We will go over it on Friday, but Danielson is hurt and he will be out for the rest of the year, it's looking like. So that was that, man. That was that.
It's horrible, man. And it's bad fuck, dude.
This man was literally hurt the last time he got in the ring with Okada. What a crazy coincidence that is. Yeah, very, very crazy coincidence, dude. Literally the last time he was in the ring with him, he got hurt. So that just fucking sucks, man.
It just blows, man. It really does.
Yeah, so yeah, they would also announce in the middle of the main event that World's End would be a pay-per-view at the end of the year, and Claudio versus Orange Cassidy for the international title next week. So yeah, man, that was that, bro. That was that. That was the match, the main event match for AEW Dynamite, and it was a pretty good match. But God, it just fucking sucks to see Bryan hurt again.
It really does, man. Especially when it's coming up so close to when he's probably hanging up, man. It's that type of shit's horrible to see, man.
Definitely, bro. Santana and Ortiz finally happened on Rampage. Santana won, just to keep you guys updated. It was an okay match. Santana tried to give Ortiz a fist bump afterwards, and Ortiz didn't want it. Also, Mark Briscoe was back, so that's cool.
Oh, yeah? It's great to see.
And then for Collision, we see Nair Fox back on television. He lost to Jay White. Samoa Joe still in action. And Kenny Omega and MJF put on a really, really, really good match in the title versus streak match. MJF obviously won, and him and Kenny had a bunch of great words to say about each other after the match, man. Kenny told Max that he hopes he's the guy to lead this company into the future. So we will have to wait and see if he actually does decide to stay with the company, man. So that was that, and yeah, it was a yeah, they had a pretty good match. So yeah, that was that, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Great match, man. Truly great match. It was great to see.
Yeah, man, and that was the week for AEW, man. And then on Friday Night SmackDown, we got John Cena versus Solo Sikoa confirmed. Look at this, man. We have Dragon Lee versus Cedric Alexander. When was the last time we heard of Cedric Alexander being on television?
I know. Look at that, man. Shit's crazy.
Then we had,
yeah.
Then we had the contract signing between LA Knight and Roman Reigns, which was pretty good, man. It was a pretty good contract signing segment. Contract signing. It was a pretty good contract signing. LA Knight interrupted Roman Reigns' entrance. Didn't want to wait for Roman Reigns to come to the ring. He brought up the Sufferin' Succotash. And stuff like that, man. So it was a really good contract signing, man. I really enjoyed it, man. So yeah, that was pretty much it for SmackDown, man. Nothing too crazy on SmackDown.
Definitely a pretty simple episode, but it had some key awesome moments. LA Knight, Exhibit A, man.
Definitely, dude. So Monday Night Raw. The show opened up with Rhea Ripley talking about how the Judgment Day runs Monday Night Raw, as they say every week. But yes, the Judgment Day runs Monday Night Raw, and she talked about how Dominic had a match with Ricochet tonight, and JD McDonough had a match with Seth Rollins. She's, doing the whole thing that they do every Monday, where they talk about how they run WWE, they talk about who they're gonna fucking whoop up on later in the night, and then, they usually, do their whole little catchphrase, blah, blah, blah. And then Sami Zayn comes out. Sami Zayn talks about how he's tired of the Judgment Day, and he doesn't care how he has to fight them. If he has to fight them 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 4-on-1, even 5-on-1, he says, as long as he has a beat in his heart, he is not going to stop until the Judgment Day is over. So, yeah, man, it almost looks like we're building up Team Judgment Day versus Team Sammy, which should be pretty interesting. And I love the way they're going about Sami Zayn trying to find himself post-Bloodline story, man. If it pays off, this could be very good, because on WWE television, Sami Zayn's kind of lost his way a little bit, man. A lot of people saying that Sami Zayn fell off post-Bloodline or post-WrestleMania, post-Bloodline story. This could make a hell of a lot of sense.
Exactly, man. Exactly. I liked where it is going, and I hope they continue this, man. I love this feeling with Sami Zayn, man.
Definitely, man. He seems like he's fighting from underneath, like the underdog from the underground, bro. So, Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. I think he's doing a great job. I think he's doing a great job, and I think they're doing a great job of putting him in this role. So Rhea tells them they might take him up on that offer as they start to circle the ring, or they start to spread out like they're about to jump him. And Ricochet comes out, Zesty Rick comes out, and he chases off the Judgment Day, which then we get the match between Dominic and Ricochet, which Ricochet ends up losing because Dominic grabbed the tights, and yeah, that was that. And then Ricochet beat up JD and Dominic after the match. So that was that, man. That was that.
It'd be real interesting if people are Ricochet in that match, man. It might be fun, especially the fact that they don't put a roof on it. I think Ricochet could be a good addition.
Definitely, man. I mean, we've seen he was in one of the best, and a lot of people call that one the best War Games. Personally, I would go with the first one, and then
Same.
Secondly, I would probably go with the 2018 one with Ricochet, Pete Dunne, and the War Raiders versus the Undisputed Era.
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
think so, definitely.
yeah. I mean, we've seen what he's done. We've seen what he's done in that cage before, man. So I think that could be really, really cool for Ricochet to get that spot.
No, definitely. I really like that, man. Be good for him.
Definitely, man. After this, we got a Drew McIntyre video package. God damn. I loved this video package, bro. This, man, WWE's doing great with this build up to this heel turn, bro. I gotta say.
They really are, man. I love the way they're fucking building this up. I love the vibe that McIntyre has, where he's just done and over with, man. Just, being a good person, taking it on the chin. He's tired of it, man, and I love this vibe of it.
He pulled up to the WWE Performance Center, where he won his very first WWE Championship. He said, they even showed clips of when he was in, I can't remember where he was filming that commercial. It was either Ireland or Scotland. I'm assuming it was Scotland, but I remember it was somewhere where he's from, where he, that fucking badass commercial where he's like fucking walking in the rain carrying a ginormous rock with no shirt on in the kilt. Shit was sick. But
where he's on like cliff edge area.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that shit. See, oh yeah, didn't he get stuck out there?
He almost did. They woke him up. They woke them all up at like 4 a.m. and told them, "You need to get back to the States because of COVID." And Drew was like, "No, you better wake this crew up so we could film this commercial, and then we'll come back." So that's what they ended up doing. He woke everybody up at like 3-4 a.m. and they got to film in the commercial. They got to film they got to film in the vignettes, and then they went back home before it got too bad to the point where, they were just completely forbidding anybody from filming anything. But yeah, so they showed footage from that. They showed footage of him waking up at, you could see him just sitting there pissed and all tired and shit, trying to fucking wake everybody up. But, so they showed footage of that. He said, back when the world shut down, I did I did everything that I've always known to do, my job. He talked about how he went out there in front of no people and he won his first championship and there was nobody to celebrate with, and he would be lying to say that he wasn't a little pissed off. He says 1 year later, we were finally back with fans, and Drew McIntyre's moment had passed him by. Dude, breaks my heart for Drew McIntyre, bro. Then he says, WWE's finally back with fans, and they're back in the UK. And this was it. This was the moment. He had the main event. He had Roman Reigns, and this was his night to make that wrong and right. And the bloodline got involved. And they ruined his moment again. He talked about how he has one more shot. Crown Jewel, Saudi Arabia. He has one more shot to make this wrong a right. And there will be no more broken dreams in Drew McIntyre's story, bro. So, golly, they are just killing it with the fucking build up to this Drew McIntyre turn, dude. They are fucking killing it, man. I gotta say.
They really are, man. I love this vibe. I love this attitude, man. I love how they're going about this, man. And I think it's going to be awesome, man. I can't wait to see the payoff, man. I really can't.
Me neither, bro. Me neither. I think it's going to be awesome. Bro. Amazing vignette. I loved it. I loved every part of it, man. It was amazing. Speaks to WWE's production quality, man. If WWE wants to shoot a badass vignette, that is exactly what they will do. And this was that. There was also like B-roll shots of him sitting in the empty performance center. God, just amazing, dude. Amazing shit.
Yeah.
So next up, we got the Alpha Academy versus the hopefully debuting, the Creed brothers. I hope this is not the last of the Creed brothers on the main roster. They had a phenomenal showing in this match. I think they showed off their moveset perfectly. I like their feel. I like their vibe. They're fantastic, bro. They're fantastic. What can I say, man? What can I say? They're great. They're great. I love the little spurts of Otis and Brutus. And Julius is fucking fantastic as well. Julius and Gable was very cool to see. Julius and Brutus have a very bright future, and I knew Otis could move, but man, that man was moving in this match, bro. Like this man was fucking doing O'Connor rolls and like fucking Ricochet out there. That man, Otis is fantastic as well. I love Alpha Academy and the Diamond Mine, the Creed brothers have a tremendously bright future, bro. For real. They have a really bright future, and I'm very, very excited for them, man, because I think they got a lot of great things coming their way. And I hope WWE keeps them on the main roster because, to be honest, what is there left for them to do in NXT? Nothing. They won the NXT championships. I usually peek at NXT just so I can have knowledge of what's going on for you guys, but I haven't heard a fucking thing about the Creed brothers on NXT. Send these guys up. Please send these guys up. And they clearly showed that they can hang. Clearly. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Worst part is you can say that about fucking like damn near everybody in NXT at this point, bro. Fuck. But I love the showing they had. I love their presence on the main roster, and I hope they get brought into the main roster permanently, man. And speaking of, looking great, I think they would look great not only against, they looked great against Alpha Academy. They'd be perfect for that fucking faction, dude.
Yes, they would.
Boot Tozawa, I don't know what they're doing with Tozawa. I don't understand those jokes, and not my cup of tea. But, dude, get the Creed brothers in there, too. They are literally picture perfect with that group, man. I would really love that, personally.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if you did want to expand on that group, yeah, the Creed. The only thing with the Creeds, though, is they're like, I don't know what you would do with Ivy Nile, because I don't know what the point of having two managers would be. So I don't know how that would work, or I don't know if that would really work out best in their favor. But I mean, it's definitely something interesting. But personally, I would just keep them by themselves. I mean, if you ever had the opportunity for Chad, if Gable was by himself again, putting him with the Creeds, I think would be pretty cool. But I I would probably just keep the Creeds with Ivy Nile as Diamond Mine, but I definitely hear what you're saying, because those two teams are very similar in terms of, I guess, just the I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yes, exactly. The vibe of those groups are very similar, so I definitely hear what you're saying for sure. But they had a fantastic showing. They ended up winning with the I don't know what their finisher's called, but it's a Brutus ball with while Julius has him on his shoulders, and in this case it was Otis. Yes, Julius Creed had Otis in a I can't remember what it's called, but he had him on his shoulders, like Doomsday Device style. So yeah, pretty sick, man. Pretty sick. I loved it. I loved their showing. I think they did phenomenally, man. I think they did phenomenally. And the crowd was really into this match, man. And, you know, for all the shit that NXT gets of guys coming up and getting no reaction, I thought they did phenomenal. I thought they got a hell of a reaction. So, yeah, it shows, man.
Definitely, man. It shows, and hope to see more of it, man. I really do.
Me too, man. Me too. Miz TV. This
was interesting.
This was actually one of the only Miz TVs I've been interested in ever. So we got the news today that WWE was looking to do a drastic character change for The Miz, right? So The Miz does his whole, welcome to Miz TV thing, his whole little intro, and he calls out he says, with the announcement of the Bash in Berlin, I secured one of the biggest guests in Miz TV history, and I want to get his thoughts on the situation. So I'm going to announce the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in WWE history, Ring General Gunther, doesn't come out. So he does it again. He says, Gunther, he announces him out again. He doesn't come out. And he says, do I need to speak in German, or what do I need to do to get this guy to come out here? And then fucking Ludwig comes out with that fucking weird-ass voice they make him talk in. And he says that the Ring General doesn't come out at his command. He doesn't come out when you tell him to. Okay. So Giovanni Vinci talks. He said something, and the Miz's eyes got really big, and he was like, oh, you talk? And then Fabian Eichner says, yes, I talk when I want to. And Ludwig cuts him off, and he says, no, you don't talk when you want to. You talk when I tell you to, or when the Ring General tells you to. Why are we doing this? I mean, seriously.
Why? Like, don't fucking do it, man. Please. Why is this a constant thing with them?
Dude, I don't know why, but Fabian Eichner just has this pissed off look on his face, and right after Ludwig says that, here comes Walter. He comes out wearing, I always like what, I never envision him in a suit, but he looks pretty badass. Or I mean, it wasn't even really in a full suit today. He just had like dress pants, dress shoes, a blazer, and a black t-shirt. Still looks fucking sick. Like, golly, that man. That shit looks. Yeah, he looks incredible. So he comes out there, and he says, "Let's get two things straight." He said to The Miz, I am not your host. Or he says, I am not your guest. I came out here to get two things straight with you. He tells The Miz that he does not like him and he does not respect him. He does not respect The Miz. He says because he is a great entertainer. He's one of the greatest sports entertainers of all time. But he says when it gets serious, when he gets serious and when you have to, when things get serious, when that bell rings and you have to wrestle, The Miz is not as good as he is. The Miz was kind of just sitting in the chair with this fucking surprised look on his face. Miz then gets on the mic and just cuts a fantastic promo about how he says questions Gunther, saying that he's not serious. He says, "Was I serious when he says I was serious when I cashed in my Money in the Bank briefcase to defeat Randy Orton for my first WWE championship. Was I serious?" So after The Miz said, to him, he said, I was serious when I cashed in on Randy Orton and won my first WWE championship. I was serious when I beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania. I was serious when I had that very championship around your shoulder and made it the most prestigious title in the WWE. And my favorite part of this whole fucking Miz TV segment, this man Gunther starts laughing in his face, and he says to him, and all he says to him is, "Are you serious?" Bro, I fucking love this man Gunther, bro. He is such a dog. It is insane.
He really is, bro.
So he laughs at Miz, he scoffs at him, and he says something in German to Kaiser, which makes him walk over to the M pumpkin. He had a pumpkin up for the Halloween edition of Miz TV, and it had his, upside down WWE logo. He walks over, and he smashes it right in front of the Miz's face. Gunther says, "What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?" He gets in his face, and he says, "Yeah, that's right, like always, nothing." He was fucking dogging this man, bro.
Bullying the fuck out of him, man. Bro was acting like Flash, bro. Just bullying the fuck out this man.
He really was. So the Miz gets upset and he punches Kaiser and he gets Vinci out of the ring and he turns around into a fucking wicked chop. And Gunther just grabs the mic and says, "Who do you think you are?" Bro. He says, "Who do you think you are?" The Miz tries to get up and attack Gunther and then he gets jumped by Imperium. I fucking loved this segment. I don't pay much attention to any Miz TVs, but this was one of my favorite episodes of Miz TV. This was absolutely incredible. And as far as them making Miz a babyface, if he's going to start cutting passionate promos like that again, I am all fucking for it. I'm all for it.
I'm down. I am down. I see a lot of discourse where people hate that idea.
Me too.
And completely. It's not me, bro. First of all, let's say it goes bad. It's The Miz. Who cares at that point? If it goes bad, you get more bad news. It's not like we didn't get that for the past 5 years.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, first of all, who cares? Second of all, you don't want to change your character after all these years of doing the same exact fucking thing. You don't want something different where, he's had, the babyface isms before in the past, but those, to me, those never really counted. Now is your chance to really turn this man into a babyface and try. And I think you could do it, and I would like it. It's different. It's different for his character. It'll probably be nice to The Miz, for The Miz to be able to play a different character for once in his life. Probably actually bring some excitement into him, and that excitement will transfer to TV. That's great. I love this idea, and I hope it goes well, man. And I think it'll go pretty good, man. So I got good faith in this, man. Now, should a babyface Miz beat Gunther? God no. God fucking no. Hell no. No, please no. But a babyface Miz is something I'm really down for. And I'm excited to see The Miz and what they could do with him. I don't think I would have said that if he was doing anything heel. So I want to see this, man. I don't get the discourse.
I don't
I think he's a person that could play both roles. You know what I mean? Most people can play both roles, especially when you're playing one role for so long. It's gonna be really nice to get that change of pace, man. Get that. Everyone's got to evolve eventually, man. And I'm so happy they're doing it with the Miz, man. And I hope it happens. And I hope it goes well.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, if from my perspective, these are my two favorite Intercontinental Champions of all time. So hearing The Miz talk about what he's done and what he, plans to do with that IC Championship, because he's done it before, is pretty sick. And then on the other hand, you have fucking this just fucking monster in Gunther who's held that championship and who's not even giving him the time of day, even though he is one of the best Intercontinental Champions of all time. He's not even giving him the fucking time of day, and he's laughing at him. Is incredible, man. It's incredible, and I love seeing Miz is at his best when he's cutting those passionate promos and he's not taking shit from people. And it was so nice to see him not be a pussy for once.
Yeah.
This man fucking, yeah, he fought back. Like, Gunther walked right up to him and called him out. What are you going to do about it? Nothing, like always. And he fucking hit him.
He hit him. He not only hit the guys, he ran straight at Gunther. No fear. Yeah,
and that was after a chop.
He got his ass chopped, and he still went after him. That's the shit I want to see, man. That's real ass shit right there. That's a guy I could get behind. Not just some fucking coward that's gonna run away from fucking Ricochet. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that fucking guy.
If you're running away from Zesty Rick, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
You got the balls to run at Gunther? No fear? That's respect right there.
Ran right up to him. Yeah. He got his ass fucking big booted into fucking next Monday, but I mean, he ran right up to him.
He ran right up to him, and I love that, man. I actually really like this, and I hope they go with it. Now, it could go well. The creative ideas I heard that the people they want to put him with, I don't know about that to the fullest, man, but nonetheless, I'm excited to see how this goes, man. Did you hear who they want him to be put with?
I did not, but if you want to go ahead and text it to me, then, because I'm assuming that's a Friday story. I would be assuming.
I would assume so. Assume so.
Is it a babyface group?
It is. It is.
Don't tell me.
I think I'm telling you.
Don't tell me it's who I... Oh, no.
It's like, I don't want to see, but maybe just them, like,
maybe it's
having
like common enemies.
Yeah, like, not only common enemies, but, like, helping him act like them, have the balls to do all this stuff, man. Maybe just a couple interactions, but as a genuine, like, cohesion, please, for the love of God, no.
As a faction? Fuck no. Absolutely not. Oh, man. Yeah, that would... He's connected to...
I didn't think about that till now, man.
But it would make no sense because Ciampa turned on him.
Yeah, but if he's a good guy, he probably go apologize to him and be like, yeah, I was kind of being an egotistical asshole to you. I just want to... He could go make amends, which that would be awesome to see him. He's got a million people to go make amends with. So that'll be awesome to see. It's like he's like Jey Uso, man. It's got a million people to say sorry to. But I like it, man. I don't know about making them a faction or nothing. Please, God, no. Mainly, not even just because it'd be him with them, but mainly just because this is the first time we're getting them on the main roster. Just let them be them kind of thing. If they were on the main roster together for years, I would say, okay, might as well. But it's the start of it, man. So no. But I like Babyface Miz, and I hope they do it. I hope it goes well.
I hope it goes well too, man. I love the character arc that kind of happened in this very segment where Miz is sitting there and he's taking all this shit from Gunther, and you can just feel his like dynamic change, almost right in front of us. You can feel him kind of getting pissed off at kind of how people think about him. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna love to see him turn it around, man. And I'm all for Babyface Miz. I know it didn't work out in 2013, but that was a different time, bro. That was a way different time. That was under Vince McMahon regime. This time around, if there's any chance we got at a Miz Babyface run working, it's under Triple H, and you can see it already. So I'm all for this, man.
Exactly.
I'm all for
And
this.
I watch that shit. So that shit don't even count for me, bro. So I'm trying to see it.
Exactly.
I actually was looking at how that went because I'm curious. Because I hear, from what I was hearing today, that run was absolutely horrible, and I'm curious to see how. I'm curious to see what they did with Babyface Miz back then.
Vince tried to make him a very like white meat Babyface out of nowhere. Yes, that's why it failed.
Babyface. Oh yeah, that's not him.
He was just good as fuck. But like this version of the Miz, where it's like he's Babyface because he's trying to get people to respect him because he is one of the great heels and one of the great IC champions in this company's history, whether you fucking like it or not, whether he's been boring as fuck for the past 5 years or not, it's a fact. And
exactly. Get that fire back to make people not think of him as a corporate talk show host and an actual wrestler, man. That's the shit I want to see, man. I think it could go well, man.
Yeah, and if you want to put yourself on the right track, that is the story to put yourself on the right track with, for sure. And I got all the faith in the world in him because I've seen him turn fucking chicken shit into chicken salad before. So, I
don't even think it's chicken shit, so exactly.
Yeah. Well, past 5 years have been chicken shit. That's what I was referring to.
Fuck yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's been chicken dog shit the past 5 years.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I've seen him do it before, bro. I've seen him do it before. So, I got faith in them to do it again if they really want to go all the way with this. Now, I don't want this to be the Vince Miz Babyface turn where he would have him play Babyface 1 week while he was interviewing a heel, and then the next week he was right back to being Babyface. Putting him with DIY though, well, spoiler, that's who they want to put him with. DIY, he does have the connection to Ciampa, and him and Gargano are both from Cleveland.
Oh, they are. Oh, that'll be cool. That'll be a little cool thing. Yeah, I think doing that temporarily in a few very segments for maybe leading up to a pay-per-view, you do something together and then you move on.
Do a couple six-mans, yeah.
I'm okay with that, man. Just don't make them like a thing. Because that would be bad.
I can see them doing a logo where it's like DIY horizontally, but then vertically it says MIZ.
Oh, they're making it into like an X or something.
Oh, God.
That's gonna be horrible. Oh, it's gonna look like shit. But oh fuck, man. God damn it! Don't put those ideas in my head.
Yeah, that sounds atrocious. So as Miz is walking away, we hear the DIY theme song, which before we get on their theme song, their Trons were fucking beautiful.
Dude, that shit was dope, dude. I really like that.
Their Trons were sick. Their gear was sick. As for their theme song, personally, I don't know if this was just because I loved their first theme song, Chrome Hearts. I love it. But for me, it just didn't really match the DIY vibe. It just didn't really, it didn't match the vibe for me. Now, also, I will say this. It's not impactful at all. That's definitely a great way to phrase it. It's not very impactful. But look, man, another thing that didn't help it was, I don't know if it was just me, but the commentators and Alicia Taylor would not shut the fuck up the whole time their theme song was playing. So I couldn't even really hear it, but it didn't hit like Chrome Hearts would hit. But I'll restrain my full judgment for when I hear the whole version of the song. But day one, not really hitting so far, man. That's just me though.
Same, dude. Same. It didn't sound bad, but it didn't sound like them. And that's from what I could hear, because not only, like you said, were the commentators not shutting the fuck up, but Alicia Taylor was talking, but also, that's one thing where the WWE production fails me every time, is the way they play theme music the last, 2 years, dude. Every time, unless it's Roman. They get it right with Roman, but that's about it. I can't hear the song. They play the crowd noise too loud. They just mix the audio for entrances really badly the last couple of years. There's a few exceptions, but especially for maybe it's a Def Rebel thing, because it usually happens with their song specifically. Maybe it's them not mixing their audio right, but half the time, I can't even hear it from the first place. I think they fucking make the songs too quiet because I can't hear it. So, not only can I not hear it when there aren't commentators talking, but there were, so I could barely hear it in the first place. So, it wasn't a great fucking first showing of a theme song.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. So, DIY take on Imperium here, and they beat Imperium. With the meet in the middle to Fabian Eichner, and after the match, DIY walks away as Ludwig is standing in the ring, giving Fabian Eichner just the most fucking asshole side eye you can ever imagine, bro. So I'm just so sick of this shit, dude. Like, please do not, like, how much do I have to fucking beg for you to not turn this for you to not break this group up, man? I mean, come on, dude.
Literally, bro. It's just I don't know why their obsession with that is, man.
I don't get it either, bro. An absolute, so that was that. It was a great showing for DIY. I love their gear as well. Very nice. And their Trons were sick, like I said.
They were.
Xia Li and Candice LeRae, bro, I don't know what the hell this was. The crowd is when I tell you the crowd was dead, I'm telling you the crowd fucking was dead. Xia Li hit Candice with a couple moves, and then she hit her with a spin kick, and Candice LeRae was unfit to compete.
I don't get what the fuck they're doing here, man. I really don't. That's my one gripe with Triple H. Even in the prime NXT days,
Yep.
He's never treated Candice correctly.
No, never.
She's always was booked horribly. Even in prime NXT, she was booked horribly, man. I do not get the what's up with that, dude. She's one of the best you got. Fucking use her right. Well, sorry, I mean Candice Michelle, according to Michael Cole. That shit killed me. That shit caught me off guard. I was like, wait, what the fuck? For a second, I was like, dude, do not tell me they changed her fucking name. And then the Candice LeRae fucking video package hit, and he comes back and he's saying my bad. She was hilarious. But, what are they doing with her, man? Never gotten her right, man. They never have.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, never. maybe the best they've ever used her maybe was in The Way. But even then, she
Yeah.
never won anything. So,
No,
yeah,
exactly.
I don't know. I don't know what their deal is. I don't know what their deal is, bro. But Seth freaking Rollins defeated J.D. McDonough. That was that. Natalya and Chelsea Green fought in a trick or street fight. You know you're going to get this. Natalya dressed up as like a fucking cat. And Chelsea Green dressed up as Bret Hart. And Piper Niven dressed up as Natty's dad, Jim the Anvil.
Yeah, she killed me when she was in those fucking fake beards and shit. I thought she looked like, I thought it was Wolfgang for a second.
Wolfgang?
Can't lie.
Dude, she actually kind of looked like him with that fucking beard on. I was like, oh, she kind of looks like the Anvil.
Oh, this shit killed me, bro. That actually popped me. I can't lie. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, but fucking Chelsea comes out doing this like Bret Hart, and Chelsea wins the trick or street fight with her jumping kill switch that looks fucking horrible. So yeah, that was that, and Chelsea wins the trick or street fight, and yeah, that was pretty much all for that, man. But Cody Rhodes, or not Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn and Damian Priest get the main event of the show. I don't know why they didn't just give the main event of the show to DIY. I feel like that's what like most people were there to see anyway. Like that was what a lot of people like were hyped for this episode of Raw for. But you know, they give it to Judgment Day versus Babyface. This time in a singles match variant.
Shocker.
Yeah. This match ended with DQ because Jey Uso came out to help Sami Zayn, but then just decided to hop in the ring right in front of the ref and just fucking nail a super kick to Damian Priest. So, just okay. So Judgment Day started jump Sammy and KO, or Sammy and Jay, and Cody came out and fended off the Judgment Day, and he got on the mic before the show ended and said that his path goes straight through Damian Priest at Crown Jewel, man. So Cody Rhodes, yeah, that was Cody Rhodes pulls up at the end of the show, and yeah, that was that, man. So that was pretty much everything for Monday Night Raw, man. So yeah, that was that, man. That was everything for the week of wrestling, bro. But what'd you think of Monday Night Raw tonight, man? Overall.
Oh, it was pretty solid, man. It had some Monday Night Raw things in it, but overall, I like what they did. I like what they're doing with The Miz. It's definitely with Gunther. I like how they're setting up this War Games match. Love what they're doing with Sammy. It's looking up pretty well, man. It really is.
Exactly, man. For sure, bro. For sure. So yeah, man. Yeah, and that's pretty much everything for your Halloween edition of Notorious Unscripted, man. So with that is going to do it for this edition of Unscripted, man. The Halloween Unscripted. This has been episode 167, or the annual, like I said, the Halloween edition of Unscripted, man. So with that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Another great edition of Unscripted. And with that, man, it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of Halloween Unscripted. And happy Halloween to everybody, by the way. And with that, man, again, that is going to do it for this edition of Halloween Unscripted. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you guys so much. We love you guys. It has been always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem. God damn it. And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Another great edition of Halloween Unscripted. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys. We love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on Friday for not only the news, but the Crown Jewel 2023 predictions.
Peace.
to get feels on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for the strap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold, and that's what you talking about, Willis. The thrill is gone, the black Frank White is here to excite. Throw dick to dice. Bitches are like I'm brainless, guns are like I'm stainless steel. I want the fucking fortune like the wheel. I squeeze cats till my clips is empty. Don't tempt me. You don't want the
Here I am, I'll be damned if this ain't some shit. Time to spread the butter lyrics over harmony grip. It's the new killer death trap. Yes, I'm a jet black ninja. Coming where you rest at, surrender. Step inside the ring, use the #1 contender. Looking cold booty like your pussy in December. Nigga, stop bitching, button up your lippin'. From method, all you gettin' is the can of ass whipping. Hey, I be kicking. You son, you doing all the yapping, acting as if it can't happen. Your frontin' got me mad enough to touch something. You want from Shallon, Allen, and ain't afraid to bust something. So what you want, nigga? You want, nigga? I got a 6-shooter and a horse named Trigger. It's real, 94, rugged